All right, welcome to another explainer. Today, we're diving straight into something that's going to totally change the way you communicate. We're breaking down Unit 10 from the Reading and Writing Mastery text, and we're zeroing in on one absolutely crucial thing: the anatomy of a perfect introductory paragraph. Think about it. Any persuasive piece of writing is literally won or lost in those very first lines. If you don't nail that opening, well, all your hard work might never even get read.
So let's dive right in and ask ourselves the million-dollar question. How do you actually capture a reader's attention instantly? I mean, why does that first impression dictate whether someone keeps reading or just walks away? Think about how quickly we all scroll, skim, and just move on with our days. In both academic and professional writing, your reader's deciding within seconds, literally seconds, if your argument is even worth their time.
To help us conquer those crucial first few seconds, Unit 10 lays out a really precise three-part framework. We've got a captivating hook, solid background information, and a strong, definitive thesis statement. We're going to concisely break down exactly how to construct each of these three pillars so your writing is rock solid right from word one.
Okay, step one, the hook, also known as the why. Its entire job is just to grab attention immediately so your reader literally cannot look away.
One of the best ways to do this is by stating a staggering statistic or fact. The text gives us this wild example: 500 hours. Did you know that every single minute, people are uploading more than 500 hours of video to YouTube? Dropping a massive number like that right at the start instantly highlights the sheer, overwhelming volume of information we're dealing with online. It perfectly sets the stage if you're writing about, say, the rapid spread of false information. It basically shocks the reader into paying attention.
Or, try kicking things off with a striking definition. For instance, defining misinformation as false or misleading information shared without the intention to trick people. Doing that in your very first sentence instantly grounds your reader. It clears up any confusion, like the difference between misinformation and disinformation, and it establishes you as the authority right out of the gate.
Moving on to step two, building the background, or the what. You've hooked them, right? Now you've got to establish some context and build a bridge to your main argument.
Now, building that background essentially boils down to three highly actionable sequential steps. First, you provide a clear explanation of the topic. Next, you hit them with key facts or examples. And finally, you clearly state the importance, like why this issue actually matters to them or to society.
Let's look at exactly how these three steps play out in practice, just to prove that background info shouldn't just be boring filler. Let's use cybersecurity as our topic. First, the explanation. Cybersecurity is the practice of protecting computers and data. Simple. Second, the facts. Hackers use methods like phishing and malware. And third, the importance. As life becomes more digital, securing data is vital to protect privacy and maintain trust. Boom! It's this perfect 1-2-3 punch that effortlessly tees up your core argument.
And that brings us to step three, forging a strong thesis. This is the how. This right here is the definitive stance your entire essay is going to defend.
Now, the Unit 10 text gives us this highly specific, almost foolproof formula for crafting an undeniable, structurally sound thesis statement. And the secret is to combine an opposing view with your own pro-arguments, all packed into a single sentence. It's a real game changer, because by acknowledging the opposing view right up front, you're showing you grasp the full complexity of the issue. That instantly makes your actual argument look so much more thoughtfully considered.
Let's see that formula in action. Check this out. While many believe consuming meat is essential, a plant-based diet offers advantages, reduces disease risks, and promotes well-being. See what happened there? It takes this highly complex debate, politely tips its hat to the opposing view, and then distills the writer's stance into one powerful, unified sentence.
But hold on, how do you actually make sure that final sentence flows perfectly? Well, enter the secret weapon, parallel structure.
So here's the thing. Without parallel structure, which just means using the exact same grammatical pattern for your list of reasons, even a truly brilliant thesis can become a clunky, unreadable mess. It creates instant confusion. If you don't parallelize your sentence, your ideas are going to sound disjointed, and the whole impact of your argument will be severely weakened.
Let's actually listen to the difference. The clunky version sounds like this: AI improves education by personalized learning and to automate tasks. Yikes, right? The grammatical patterns totally clash. Now, let's hear the parallel version. AI improves education by providing personalized learning and automating tasks. See how much better that is? The verbs, providing, automating, they align perfectly. It makes the whole thing smoothly polished, highly authoritative, and just incredibly easy to read.
So we've concisely broken down the exact anatomy of an introduction. According to Unit 10, you need that captivating hook, the three-step background, and a perfectly parallel thesis. The next time you sit down to write a report, I want you to apply this framework and ask yourself, if someone read your opening lines right now, just the very first 5 sentences, would they be absolutely convinced that they needed to read the 6th? Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and keep learning.